Hey everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, y'all know I have to do my shout outs. I have to shout out the people who decide to support the channel and they come through with the super thanks, and I am so appreciative. So let's get those out the way, and then we're going to talk about what we have coming up, because listen, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But let's get our shout outs out of the way and just absolutely celebrate these people who continue to come through. I mean, just unwavering in their support, and I appreciate them so very much. So first up is Mr. Kevon Slams. Kevon is a ride or die. He is always coming through. He is always supportive, and he's always in those comments giving me a kiki. Yes, Kevon is very, very funny. And listen, if you ever see one of his posts, I promise you he'll give you a kiki too. He is the best of the best, and I appreciate him so very much. So thank you, Kevon. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here, because that right there is everything. And 08065 came through. Yes, she did. She is the best of the best as well. She is always coming through. She's unwavering with her support. She is so funny and so sweet, and she's always in the comments just absolutely dropping the knowledge, and I appreciate her so very much. So thank you, 08065. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And my faithful Eulette came through. Eulette is the best. She is so kind, so sweet, and she rides so hard for the read. You could not ask for a better reader. She is just everything, and I'm so grateful to have her. So thank you, Eulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Cat Harlem came through. Yes, cool, Cat Harlem. Cat is just everything. She is cool. I told her today in the comments, she is the coolest. She is, and she is so knowledgeable, and she is always giving me a point of view that I never even think of. She makes me think, and that's what I really, really love about Cat. She is absolutely the best. So thank you, Cat. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Tiger Mommy came through. Yes, Tiger Mommy is unwavering in her support. She has been with me just about since the beginning, and she never fails in supporting. She is the best of the best of the best of the best. She is everything, and she knows she's everything. So thank you, Tiger Mommy. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. Listen, I'm going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. Y'all, I want to give another quick shout out to my man Kevon Slams, to 08065, to Faithful Eulette, to Cool Cat Harlem, and to Tiger Mommy. Listen, y'all are the best of the best of the best, and I say that all the time because it's true. It's true. And I am so grateful for each and every one of y'all. Y'all are the wind beneath my wings, and I appreciate y'all so very much. So thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets. And let me tell you, these streets are interesting. They are smoking hot. They are just everything. It is so much going on, y'all. It is going to be so much fun. I have something in here that y'all are going to find so delicious. I'm telling you, it's so delicious. It is just too delicious. But I'm not going to get to it first, but just hold on. Y'all just hold on. And I promise you, I'm not overhyping it. So, y'all, I'm not going to give a preview. I'm just going to get into it. Y'all, lock in, just sit back, and I promise you, you're going to get a kiki. I'm not going to keep you long, but I promise you, you're going to be entertained this time. You are. That is a guarantee. All right, I'm going to start with this. And look at this. If you hadn't been over to Meghan's Instagram, and as ever, Instagram, I always go over there and check and see what Meghan is doing. Look at this. It's a new video on as ever, and it is the cutest. Meghan is doing flower arrangements and interacting with the kids. This squatty posted about it and said, Mama's little florist. BTS pictures for as ever of Duchess Meghan and Princess Lilibeth. And it is the cutest, y'all. Go over there, check it out, and show Meghan some love. Show Princess Lilibeth some love as well. She is such a sweet, sweet girl. She is. And this squatty said, I literally can't get over how much of a whimsical and magical childhood Meghan provides for their children. Because actually, how incredibly precious is this photo? I'm telling you, it is. It is just so, so sweet. I mean, she is giving them such a wonderful childhood. And let's not forget, that was the motivation of her and Harry leaving. So their kids would stand a chance that they wouldn't have to grow up in that environment over there across the pond. An environment of just being attacked all the time, of being exposed all the time, of being used as a shield, as a scapegoat, as someone to be thrown under the bus all the time. Harry and Meghan wanted better for their kids. Harry said it in an interview. You should want better for your kids. That's something that Charles never could understand. But Harry got it. Meghan got it. And it has manifested into a wonderful childhood for these two beautiful children. And I'm going to put this up because eagle-eyed squatties are always seeing things. I mean, who noticed things like this? Nobody except squatties. And as you can see, look on little Lilibeth's arm. She has a gold bangle. She does. And this squatty said, Lily wears a gold bangle just like Mama. Ah, so cute, so cute. I think that's a thing now. I have saw young infants have a gold bangle. It is just something parents do, but I love it. I find it so sweet. And this squatty says, how I love seeing Meghan shutting out the noise and living a carefree life with her beautiful family in her 16-bedroom home with room for a pony. I love it. I love it. Because this right here is what drives the ugly old hags, the derangers, people like Angela Levin and all of those flying monkeys over there. It drives them crazy to see Meghan unbothered, to see Meghan living the soft life. That, I think, really gets them. That Meghan is living this soft life and she's happy and they can't stand it. Just like Meghan has done something to them, like kick their dog or spit on them. They really take that much offense to Meghan being happy. It is the weirdest thing. But yes, Meghan keeps posting all of these videos of her just completely unbothered, and I love it. And I want to put this up. This is a screen grab from the As Ever website. And as you can see, it was a new product drop today, and that would be the Garden Tea Bloom Box. And y'all know we talked about this in my last podcast. And I thought maybe it was going to be different, boxes, but it's only one box. And as you can see, it's $2.55. And listen, if you're interested, please scurry on over there and get your box of flowers. I must say, I am very intrigued by this. It has peppermint tea in it and the sage honey. And I'm telling you, I was like really, really intrigued by it. I am going to think about it, and I probably am going to go back over there and get it because I want to see how these flowers make it to you overnight, because it seems to be something that is really, really quick, and it is something that is really, really luxurious. So, yeah, I'm going to have to treat myself. I am. And if you want to treat yourself, please go over there. It's still available. And I just think it is beautiful and so chic. And it's also other combinations over there, like the pause and pour set. And they just have, Meghan has made a different collection and named them. It's just really, really cute the way she has everything set up. I think she has the library set. Just really, really cute. If you hadn't been on the As Ever website in a while, please go over, give Meghan's items a look, and if you see something you like, snap it up. That's the way I do. Now, I still have quite a few products from the last drop, so I am not running low as of yet, but I will be restocking on some tea come soon, because I drink tea every day, and I'm telling you, Meghan's tea is the best. And this squatty said, monarchists truly think Meghan Sussex is using her ties to the British royal family to sell items that are exclusively available in America, where most people can't even name the monarch. This is how you know the detractors are cooked and crazy. Where is the lie? Where is it? Meghan is absolutely doing such a marvelous job at being an entrepreneur. Meghan is going to be a billionaire. I have said it from the beginning. She is. And it is just so much evidence out there that what I'm saying is actually going to come to fruition. And one thing we're going to talk about today is evidence of exactly what I'm saying right now. Meghan has the Midas touch, and it is not about the monarchy. It's not about that. Meghan, on her lifestyle blog, The Tig, she had almost as many followers on Instagram as she has now. I mean, Meghan has always known how to make money. She was making money off The Tig. Meghan came into that family a multi-millionaire, more money than any woman who has ever married into that family, including Diana. So I don't understand how these people say these things, but I know why they say these things, and that is to make themselves feel better. Meghan is a winner, and what do winners do? Winners win, and she will continue to do exactly that. All right, y'all, we're going to switch gears and we're going to talk about this Variety article. Y'all know the one that I talked about in my last podcast, and how not only did Harry and Meghan, but also Netflix came out to dispute all of the claims that Variety was making in this hit piece. But I digress on that point for the moment. I want to talk about how all the other rags picked up on Variety's hit piece, and how they just only focus in on the headlines. This tells me everything that I need to know about what is going on here. This is the same old play out of the same old playbook. This is what they do. They get one news entity to write a hit piece, and then all of the other rags come in behind that hit piece and write articles about the hit piece. It is all coordinated. This is an old play from an old playbook, like I said, and that family over there plays this well. They do. And if you're not paying attention, you'll fall for it. They absolutely are working together. All of them are working together. You can see the same wording. You can see the same agenda. It is right there for anyone who has two brain cells can figure out that this was a coordinated attack. Now, where that attack came from, my guess is Kensington Palace. We all know that Willie's big PR person is Lee Thompson. And Lee Thompson is an American. And he comes from the show business world. He was an executive, I think, at NBC. So he has a lot of contacts and a lot of connections. And I believe this is something coming straight from him and Kensington Palace. They want to try to smear Harry and Meghan. They want to kill two birds with one stone, meaning that they get to lift up Kitty and Willie while simultaneously smearing Harry and Meghan. And if you don't believe me that this is true, look at all the recent articles that have been written about Willie and Kitty. And they have just been out and about. This is a full-on campaign that they have put together in order to elevate Willie and Kitty and continue to protect Andrew and get him off of the front pages, because that family has totally been discredited by this whole scandal when it comes to Prince Andrew. People see them for what they are. And look, here is some of the articles that has spawned from that Variety article. Just like I was saying earlier, this is all coordinated. This was in page 6. It said, "Fed up, Netflix CEO allegedly won't speak to Meghan Markle on the phone without lawyer present." Now, we all know that this was debunked within the article, but they don't care about that. They care about the agenda. And I really feel that this was all coordinated prior to Netflix and Harry and Meghan coming out. That's the reason why they went ahead and published the article, because the whole plan was already in place. All the articles from all of these other news rags had been written. They already had everything mapped out. That Variety would kick it off and the other ones would come in behind them and have all these articles spinning off of it in order to keep the smear going. And now, since Variety has been fully discredited by Netflix and Harry and Meghan, they are all out here looking real stupid. And the plan is there for everybody to see that this was a coordinated attack. This is how you blanket bomb someone in the media. And this is what they're doing. Look at this one from the Mirror. Netflix insider brutal swipe at Meghan and Harry as deal is over. That has been totally discredited. But why did the Mirror go ahead with this article? Because this was a coordinated attack. That is the reason why. I mean, it was people out here saying, why did Variety go ahead with this article knowing that All of this was discredited within the article itself. Why would they continue on and publish the article? I know it was squatties saying that. I even put in my podcast, why are they going ahead with it? Well, this is the reason why they went ahead with it, because the plan was already laid. They could not, because without variety, the other ones could not do their part. Everybody plays a part in the smear. And because Variety was the one who was initiated to kick it off, then they had to go to press and publish the article, even though it was fully discredited. This was in New York Magazine. Meghan Markle has low ratings, but at least her merch won't sell. Honestly, there's not a lot of good news in Variety's report on the fraying of the Sussexes' relationship with Netflix. Yes, this was all planned. Do you see it? And look at the Daily Fail playing its role as well, saying, far from a fairy tale, Netflix is done with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Showbiz Bible says, well, the Variety used to be the Showbiz Bible. It has fully discredited itself. Now nobody is ever going to have any kind of confidence or respect for Variety, because they have played themselves. They have shown that this is who they are, and that is not much. So yeah, this is all of it laid out, laid bare for everyone to see, that this is nothing but a coordinated attack on Harry and Meghan, coming straight from that family over there. And if I really had to put my finger on it, it would be Willie and Kitty, because they would be the ones who would benefit the most if Harry and Meghan's popularity were to dwindle. Yes, these people are the ones behind the whole plot. The cabal, I called it that yesterday. And that's what it is, a cabal. And this squatty said, literally, this same article content is being propagated across certain cross sections of the media, blatantly false, as Netflix communication team and the Sussex communication team has pushed back. There's something insidious about to be released about the UK royals and the JESEX trafficking horror. Now, this is what this squad is saying, that the reason all of this is coming up because it's more to come when it comes to JE. And that absolutely might be true, because this just came out of nowhere, but it also could be coming from the fact that Harry and Meghan are going to Australia. Now, two things can be true at the same time, so it absolutely could be more coming from JE, because let's not forget, they know exactly what's going on. They know. I believe they have full access to all of the JE files, and they know how damning it is. But I digress. So, like I said, two things can be true at the same time. It absolutely could be something insidious that is about to come out, and they are trying to cover as usual. But also, it could be that Harry and Meghan's trip to Australia really has them in their feels, especially Willie and Kitty. So, but we all see exactly what's going on here, right? We don't know exactly why it's going on, but we can see exactly what is going on and how they are doing it. I mean, so obvious at this point. I mean, we have been on these internet streets for many of a year now, and we know a cabal when we see it, a conspiracy. And this squatty said there is a literal war going on that's affecting the whole world, but the British tabloids are still prioritizing attacking Harry and Meghan. Where is the lie? I mean, a potential World War III, and all they can think about is Harry and Meghan. It is absolutely a sickness at this point. It needs to be listed in the DSM 5 as a mental illness. Megan deranged syndrome. It needs to be studied. I'm just saying. And this squatty goes on and says, their upcoming Australian visit is clearly terrifying the British establishment, so they are trying their usual tactics to derail it. Where is the lie? We have saw all this before. Nothing's new here to see. And look at this. The Times had to get their lick in. They did. What did Harry and Meghan call them? The once respected Times? Yes, they had to continue the descent into hell with the rest of the rags over there. And they said, are Meghan and Harry in a jam? Yeah, they did that. But Squatties absolutely had an answer for that question. This Squatty said no, but the leftover royals are. State visit with empty streets. Their survival is tied to being worshipped, but with people no longer bothered about the pedo protectors, this should worry them more than Harry and Meghan's bank account balance. Where is the lie? They were rolling through the streets of Windsor today, and Windsor usually comes out for the royals. They do, because that is something that is not as common as it is in London. But people in Windsor did not even bother. They didn't have anybody on the streets. They were parading around with the, what is it, Prime Minister or the President of Nigeria, and nobody cared. Nobody. I love this for them. Not for the President of Nigeria, just for them. And this squatty said this about all the empty streets and barriers there in Windsor. They said the empty streets and crowd barriers will be giving the men in gray suits sleepless nights. This is where all of their energy should be, and how to change that instead of giving their energy to a smear campaign of a private citizen trying to feed her children. People are no longer coming out to wave, and the images speak for themselves. Barred crowds are at schools, markets, and stadiums. Exactly. Exactly. Worry about this. Harry and Meghan are not your problem, but we all know that they got in this same situation that they're in now by being stupid. They don't know how to change course. They don't know how to adapt. They don't know how to move on. They just do the same old over and over again. Same old play out of the same old playbook. And this is where it has gotten them. And I just love it for them. I do. Because they are just this stupid. And it's not just the left behinds. It is all the men in gray suits, all of the ones who think that they are so much smarter and so much more powerful than anybody else. But when the rubber hits the road, it just proves the fact that they are not the smartest tools in the toolbox. They are just a bunch of fevered-minded old men who don't know how to get their heads out of their arses. And I'm going to put this up because a lot of squatties are talking about how Kate looked while she was riding around in the empty streets of Windsor with no crowds. And I'm telling you, she is feeling it. She really is. It says this is the expression of someone realizing that the fairy tale ride is just a very slow commute. Nothing says living the dream quite like looking like you're attending your own funeral. It's because of those streets, the barrier pole. The barrier pole, absolutely, they cannot take it because they know the change is a coming. The wind has shifted on them and they're feeling it. And that's exactly what that expression on her face is all about. The barrier pole has Kitty in her feelings. And this squatty posted another picture of the sad, sad kitty cat and said, I actually love this for her and I'm not ashamed to say it. Well, y'all know how I feel about it. I have no shame whatsoever. I only have smoke. Because when you look at how this woman has behaved, where and how should we ever have any empathy or sympathy for her? I do not. She made her bed. Now she needs to lie in it. I'm just saying. And this squatty posted this picture of all of them. And as you can see, Willie and Kitty are still on the outside of the tent. But I don't put much stock in this. I think this is the traditional way that they do things. What do they call it? I think they call it the inspecting of the troops. And so this is nothing unusual. One day they will be in the tent and, so what? But this squatty said, imagine briefing the press that you run the show only to be left standing outside of the marquee like extras. And what this squatty is talking about really had been briefing this week that he is taking on more and more responsibility of the monarchy, and Charles and his horse is more like window dressing at this point. Yes, this is what he has been out here briefing. And now he's standing on the outside of the tent. But I digress. I must say, I don't give a flying fig about none of them. I really don't. A lot of squatties and a lot of people was talking about what she had on. I don't care about what Kitty had on. I really don't. I don't care nothing about Kitty. If they would leave Harry and Meghan alone, I would never, ever, ever say anything about them again. Because I could live the rest of my life doing that. I'm just saying. And this squatty said, sometimes I wonder if maybe they just want to revive the online rivalry. The rotten egg and the cackling hyena used to get a lot more traction with all of their cheating, pegging, and divorce allegations. Now, no one even talks about them anymore. We get bored mid-sentence. Exactly, just what I just said. I could live the rest of my life not even saying anything about Willie and Kitty. That's the reason why I know that the derangers, the ugly old hags and the toadies and all the minions and even those flying monkeys, is something wrong with them. Because you don't expend that much energy on someone you hate and so little energy on the ones you say that you support, that you are a fan of. It just doesn't happen. Because if they would leave Harry and Meghan alone, I would never pay them no mind. I find them to be boring. I find them to be so uninteresting that I could absolutely ignore them with no effort. So I agree with this squatty. I think maybe they know that they only get attention when the squatties are paying them some attention. But like I said, I'm always going to bring the smoke. When they come with this nonsense, I'm not going to let it just lay out there. But it could be exactly what this squatty is saying. I'll tell you, I'll give you the smoke for the articles. But as for them covering their events or whatever, I could care less about Kitty now. I really could. I don't care what she dresses in. I don't care where she goes. I don't care if she walks upside down on her head. I don't care. All I care about is defending Harry and Meghan and Harry and Meghan in general, what they're doing. The rest of them, they could absolutely kick rocks and catch on fire for as I'm concerned. I'm just saying. And I want to put this up because this happened and I wanted to include it. It looks like Netflix has gone even a step farther. We all know that the CEO, Ted Sarandos, he came out and just refuted all of the lies that were in that Variety article. And it looks like Netflix is saying that that still is not good enough for them because they had their chief content officer to come out today. And they went to the Hollywood Reporter of all places. And this is the article that came out. And this squatty posted it. It says Bella DeJoria responds to reports of Netflix distancing itself from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. It starts out with a quote from her. It says, I would say, don't believe whatever you read. It says, I would not believe whatever you read, she said about a recent story in Variety reporting on Netflix falling out with the Montecito-based couple. Maybe we should all do a little fact checking. But here's the thing, we still have a relationship with them. We have movies in development with them. We have an amazing doc with them. They have things in development on the TV and film side. There you go. Y'all know that Meghan just bought the rights to another book. They're going to have 2 movies coming out on Netflix. I cannot with these people, but they want it so bad. They want it so bad that they will manufacture a lie in order to have the story that they want. I mean, it is ridiculous. And I really believe this is a coordinated cabal. But yeah, she came out and it says, Bajari added, deals come and go all the time and we don't renew so many deals and those don't get as much press for obvious reasons. I guess, so there's no juicy story there. Yeah, she's saying deals come and go all the time. You never make a story out of all the deals that have been dropped through Netflix. Netflix don't pick up and renew deals with people if they don't have faith in them. If they didn't have faith in Harry and Meghan, the time would have been when it was time to re-up the deal. They re-up the deal. And these people are still on this bullshit saying that Netflix is about to end the deal. It's crazy. And it's the same old, same all the time. It makes no sense. But I am so glad that she came out and had something to say about it. So Netflix has spoken out twice. Harry and Meghan spoken out once and just totally dismissed this nonsense that was in Variety. Like I said, all Variety gained in this whole situation was a bad reputation. And the squatty that posted this said, I guess Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, Markle, and Prince Harry stay winning. Where it's a lie. They stay winning. But my whole thing is none of this is organic. This is all coordinated. They made all of this up and they was really trying to make it stick. And like I said, 2 things can be true at the same time. This could have something to do with Andrew. It could have something to do with Australia. But it just could be the fact that they want to try to hype up Willie and Kitty because they know that they will be ascending to the throne soon. And they know how deeply unpopular all of those so-called left behinds are. And they're trying to do all of that on the backs of Harry and Meghan. Variety absolutely played a stupid game and has won a stupid prize. And I love that for them. And this squatty reposted that squatty's post and said, the Hollywood Reporter is a known hater. So for them to actually publish this rebuttal from Netflix about the hit piece on Harry and Meghan, it's something. Yes, and I hope it teaches it some lessons, because we all know that they have stepped out of line before as well. And so if they see this really, really definitive pushback from Harry and Meghan and from Netflix, they'll think once or twice before they decide to dance with the devil again. I'm just saying. And this squatty reposting an article. If Variety had did a little due diligence and did a little research, they would have knew that Harry and Meghan had projects in the works with Netflix. That nothing these so-called insider sources were saying were true. But we all know the inside sources doesn't exist except over there at Kensington Palace. Yes, Lee Thompson. Yeah, that's where all of this is coming from. I really, really believe that. But I digress. This particular squatty posted the article. All they had to do was, as this squatty did, and do its due diligence. It says Variety has been declared unreliable. The unethical, corrupt rag printed the same tired multiple times already debunked lies about Prince Harry, Meghan, and Netflix yesterday. They are under fire today as Netflix and multiple other outlets are calling them out on their lies. And all I can say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Every time. And I want to put this up. This came out in Town and Country today. We got the news that With Love Meghan was coming back, but it was coming back in a different kind of way. This is what Town and Country said. It says Meghan Markle's Netflix show will reportedly return for seasonal specials. I love that. Meghan is very, very busy. They have a lot of things going on. She has a lot of balls to keep in the air. So I just think this is perfect. I really, really do. Meghan tends to work herself so hard and she has so many projects. I just feel her pulling back on With Love Meghan is such a good idea for her. You can't spread yourself too thin. And this squatty that posted this said, this is exactly what I thought she would do. Seasonal shows. Variety is trash. Her show was never canceled. She even said it would take on a new look because doing several shows was a lot of work. Where's the unnamed sources that didn't tell you this? Oh, right. It was a hit piece. Exactly. Exactly. And Netflix is putting out all the news. I mean, they got nothing but smoke for Variety, and I just love it. I love how they are backing up Harry and Meghan. It gives me life. And this squatty posted a article from MSN that says Meghan Markle's Netflix show will reportedly return for seasonal specials. Yes, Harry and Meghan saying that, listen, I can show you better than I can tell you. Netflix and us, we're cool. Netflix came right on out and said, we all cool over here. What is the problem? And the squatty that posted this said Netflix done with Meghan. A spokesperson for the Sussexes told the publication that With Love Meghan will continue as seasonal specials on Netflix. I hope Meghan has a Easter special With Love Meghan. Oh my God, I will be over the moon to see all of the Easter stuff. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed on that one. And the squatty goes on and says, this alone kills the entire hit piece written by Vanity Fair. I think this squatty is referring to the Variety hit piece, but Vanity Fair did a hit piece on Harry and Meghan last year. So we can't let them off the hook as well. Then it goes on to say they produced a hit piece about Prince Harry and Meghan. Yeah. It's a lot of them have done this, and all of them have been proven to be a lie. I'm gonna put this up, and a lot of squatties are saying that this is probably the reason why we're getting so many hit pieces when it comes to Meghan and Harry, especially Meghan. We all know that their first response is to scapegoat Meghan. So this popped up, and it is a post from Good Morning Met, and it is a post from Good Morning America, and it features the Metropolitan Police Commissioner. Yes, it says Wednesday on Good Morning America, the Metropolitan Police Commissioner speaks out about the London Police Force ongoing investigation into Andrew Mountbatten Windsor as the UK pushes US officials for more of the JE files. They're saying that they want to get an unredacted copy of the JE files. Now, I don't know if I believe this. I believe this is all theater, all performative. They are never, ever, ever going to prosecute Prince Andrew. I don't believe it. I would have to see it with my own eyes. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But the squatty that posted this said, if you're wondering why the press has upped their attacks on Harry and Meghan, the investigation into Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has crossed the pond. Now, I just don't think, I might be wrong, but I really don't think that nothing's going to come of this. I really don't. This is something that they are doing. This kabuki dance that they're doing is to appease the public. That's it. That's all. I will never believe that Prince Andrew will see the inside of a jail cell. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And I'm going to put this up because this happened. This squatty posted about the book. You know the book, They Blossom Because of You. And it is absolutely flying up the chart. As you can see, these squatties are posting about it. The first squatty said, Meghan shows a pic of a book by a New Zealand author, and the book shoots to #1 in Australia. Ignore the noise. That's influence. That's power. Where's the lie? Yes, it happened, y'all. It happened. And then this other squatty said, not only in Australia, but in the US and the UK, it flew up the charts. Yeah, Meghan has the Midas touch. She does. And they hate her for it, but too bad. It is the facts. And I just love it for this sweet, sweet author of this book. Her message to Meghan was so sweet. Jessica Ehrlich. I am so happy for her. And I just hope that it continues to sell even more books. I love this because we all know all of those books that those flying monkeys they be writing, they don't sell anything. They don't. They absolutely are flippity flippity flops. But Jessica, one mention from Meghan, and she is sitting at #1. I love it. All right, y'all. I have saved the best for last. And it is so delicious. It is divine. It is just everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a picture of Piers Morgan. Yes, this is about Piers Morgan. It seems that he has walked off of another set. I kid you not. Y'all know how he walked off of Good Morning Britain. Well, he has walked off of another set because the kitchen got hot and he couldn't take it. And the set that he walked off of is his own set. He had a guest on his own show, And this young man just ran through him like he was a $5 hoe. Yes, he did. And he could not take it, y'all. And it is so delicious. It is just everything as I said. So let me put this picture of Piers Morgan up and this young man and let you hear it. And then we're going to discuss on the other side. Because, yes, it's a lot to discuss.
I don't mind. Oh, fuck. You make yourself look like an idiot every single day when your wife is at home posting pictures that you're out and she wants to get used like a toy by a big black man who's cleaning her car. Is that why you have a problem with me? Is that why you're pushing this homophobic narrative? Because I'm the big black man that shagged your wife while you are on holiday. Okay? We can all have a push and a shove, sir. There's 50 more things that we can have a stupid back and forth and try and
No, I don't care. I don't care about your silly insults.
Talk to me normally.
I don't care about it. I don't care about your silly insults.
What do you mean you don't?
No, actually, bro, he actually got fucked, bro.
I'll show you right now.
He actually got your silly little insults. It's like a 2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old? A 2-year-old? Listen, sir, I don't know why you come on and you talk like you're holier than thou. As soon as you're away,
all right, let's
applications are open.
All right, let's just.
That's your team, bro. That's your girl.
Let's end this, please.
Cooked.
You know what? I'm not doing this. Sorry, guys. It's pointless.
Oh my god! No! No!
Adam, switch in just back.
Bro!
Tell him to come back on and we'll chill it out. Tell him to come.
Bro!
It's like,
He made him cry!
Now tell me that is not delicious. He ran through him, did he not? He absolutely showed up his wife, who is not the best when it comes to monogamy and morality, because we all know that she got caught red-handed on Ashley Madison. And let's do a little spinning the block on Miss Celia Ward, shall we? Yes, the one who has nothing but smoke for Meghan. Yes, look at this. This is old. This is an oldie but a goodie. It says Piers Morgan's wife, how Celia Ward admitted to being on Ashley Madison. Piers Morgan's wife is a journalist, Celia Ward, and the couple has been married since 2010. So how and why did Celia admit to being a member of an extramarital affair website, Ashley Madison, at one point during their marriage? And it seems that this man, this gentleman, I don't know anything about him. He sounds like he is from the UK. Now, I heard that he was a streamer and he has some real macho type meathead beliefs about women. But I digress on that point. We'll talk about that another day. We got to talk about how he just ran through Piers Morgan and showed a picture of his wife, what she was posting online, wanting to have a little tete-a-tete. Yes, Miss Celia Ward, who has, like I said, has nothing but smoke for Meghan. Meghan, who does nothing but mind her business, love her family, love her husband, has never acted in any form of fashion that could be called into question. But here she is, absolutely being called out on her own husband's television show. I cannot, y'all. I cannot. And this squatty, This squatty said, laugh out loud. Piers Morgan walked off of his own show again after his guest reminded him he's married to a hoe. I cannot, y'all. I cannot. I am just tingly all over. I love this for Piers Morgan. I love it. And the person who posted this, evidently his name is Sam Pepper. He is a kick streamer. And the person who is absolutely roasting Piers Morgan, I mean skewering him, that would be History Dockery. I don't know either one of these people, but I could kiss both of them in the mouth. Because this right here is absolutely the best. The best. I cannot, y'all. Woo! I have played this on a loop for a good 30 to 40 minutes. And to see Piers Morgan absolutely having to get up, he cannot take it. Now, my point is this. Now, he can talk about another man's wife like he talks about Meghan and expects somehow Harry should take the high ground. But when he is faced with the shortcomings, let's say his shortcomings evidently because his wife keep looking elsewhere for the long comings. Woo! He absolutely cannot take it. Yes, I love it, y'all. I cannot. And this what he said, OMG. So these clowns can terrorize Meghan for a decade, and when you give them back 2 seconds, they effing melt. Piers is weak. Where is the lie? Where is it? He has always been weak. It is always a weak man and a ugly woman who is a bully. They are ugly on the inside or the out, but they're ugly. And a weak man is someone who bullies other people. So yeah, Piers is weak. He is. And I just love this for him. It is absolutely karma showing up and absolutely just exposing him for the weak man that he is. Because when he came up against someone who had some smoke, he had to go. He did. Because I'm telling you, History Dockery, he brought the smoke. He did. I love it. Y'all can't say that I didn't end on a positive note. That right there is absolutely heaven, isn't it? You can't get more positive than that. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.